Hello, everybody. Welcome to my live. Happy Monday, and I hope you all had a great weekend. My name is Robin, and I'm with Robin's Egg Glue Creations, and I'm also an independent designer with Chalk Couture. And we will be using Chalk Couture products tonight to complete a fun Halloween project. But first, while everyone is hopping on, if you would, once you do hop on, say hi in the comments and tell me where you are viewing from. And I'm also going to share this to my group really fast. So, let's see. I haven't ever done it on my iPad before, so bear with me. Well, it won't pull up. Oh, we won't share it tonight then. If you wouldn't mind just sharing it. Looks like Jason is viewing from Salina. My iPad just quit. Let's try it again. Hold on a moment while I try to share it again. My iPad's not cooperating with me. There we go. Well, there we go. Sorry about that. I haven't ever used my iPad before here, so I always do it on my phone. So if you wouldn't mind sharing this on your personal pages, tag your crafty friends, all that fun stuff, that would be great. Okay, there we go. That was complicated and hard. Shouldn't have been. Okay, so we are going to use this Enter If You Dare transfer. It is a size B, 8.5 by 11 transfer. These do run $14.99. And then we're going to be using the brand new 3-piece wood block set. So I believe this one is 4.5 square. This one is 6.5 by 4.5, and then this one is 11 by, let me choose looks like 4. And they are double-sided, so we will be using them. And I'm going to be doing this kind of like they have it in the catalog, pretty much exactly. So I'm going to put this over here for reference. So you can use these together as a 3-piece set, or you can use them independently. And again, we will be using this transfer, but I also did want to let you know that there is a Christmas transfer that coordinates. So you could do Halloween on the front and Christmas on the back. You don't even have to use these transfers with these blocks. You could use any of the other transfers that we offer in the catalog. So I am going to be painting one black, and I believe I'm going to be painting one orange. So we are going to use a couple of paint brushes. We're going to use black, and we're going to use orange. And I do have the regular orange, and I have shimmer orange, but the shimmers don't paint as well as the regular colors do. So I am going to use the regular colors this evening for the painting process. So let's get our pastes prepared. Get this little cover off and throw it away. I was trying to save them, but they're kind of a pain in the patootie to use. So I'm just going to get a couple of stir sticks here, and I'm just going to grab some orange peel. And I'll probably get more than I need, but I don't think I need that much. And then I'm also going to get black. Oh, my father-in-law is on. Hello, Chris. How are you doing? He finally came home from Rochester, Minnesota after 3 weeks and a 14-hour-long surgery, so we're glad he's home. I'm just going to spray a little bit of water in here to water these down. This orange I'm going to spray a little bit more because it is super dry. And you'll notice that my orange is a different consistency than my black. Chalk Couture has changed the formula of the chalk paste. So most of your chalk paste will now come in this creamy formula as opposed to this other formula that would dry out faster and gets chunky. And so you might notice a little bit of a difference. I'm just going to add a little bit more water to the orange. And I am using distilled water because I can put this back in my jar if I don't use it all, and it shouldn't mess too much with the consistency of the rest of the paste. Okay, so then I'm going to stir up the black. Get it a little bit more to where it's more of a paint consistency. I will warn you, I've heard that the black smells terrible, and they aren't a kidding. It smells awful. Okay. These are reusable silkscreen transfers, and so that they have a sticky back, and anywhere you see the white is actually a clear silkscreen, and they are reusable about 8 to 12 times. So I am going to write the name of the transfer on the back. That way I know that this transfer belongs to this backer sheet and that this is the back side. And then you'll also notice that there are some white cut lines. So anywhere there's a line, you're welcome to cut your transfer apart. I do like to keep my backer sheet intact, so I just score down that backer sheet or down the cut line so that I can keep my backer sheet intact, so I don't have 50 different backer sheets when I go to wash my transfers. So we're going to do, I'm going to move this one out of the way so I don't accidentally paint it. But we're going to paint this larger one black. And I am using a paintbrush from one of the artist tool sets that just came out last month. And I'm just going to brush it on. I'm not too worried about getting it on the sides because I can, it just sands right off. And then you won't even know. So did everyone have a great weekend this past weekend? Did you do anything fun? Were some of you recouping from your kiddos' first days of school? Tell me what you did. We had a pretty relaxing weekend. It was nice to have the family home again. So I'm just trying to get the brush strokes out. It doesn't necessarily have to be perfect. It's pretty good to me. And because we are using this chalk paste, it will dry very quickly. But I am going to, oh no, I'm not going to do that yet. Let's paint the orange one. So I'm just going to use this paintbrush. And orange is a different opacity than the black is, so it is going to be a thinner color. So you may have to do 2 coats if you don't want it streaky like this, but whatever floats your boat. So I will probably do 2 coats. Get some of those chunks out. So you can tell it's a little bit more translucent and streaky than the black is, but I will probably go over it again. I do see I have a big old glob right there, but it just wipes right off. So let's dry those. I'm going to dry the orange one so I can get it painted again, so I can put a second coat on. If you're hopping on, tell me where you're watching. If you're watching from what state or what city you're watching from. I'm in Salina, Kansas. It's pretty much central Kansas. Just like that, they're both dry, completely dry. So I'm going to put another coat of orange on. Add a little bit more water. There we go. I'm just painting with the chalk paste, trying to get all my brush strokes out. Making sure I have nice, smooth surface. That's pretty good. Slightly streaky. You could probably thicken your chalk, or not really thicken it, but you could change the opacity by adding a little bit of white to the orange, just to make it not so translucent. I'm just gonna let those hang out. I'm gonna dry the orange again. Okie doke. I am going to wax all 3 of these blocks now that I'm done painting. So I'm just going to grab the surface wax from Chalk Couture. And what it does is it kind of helps smooth out some of the ridges from the wood. It also helps protect my transfer from pulling up any raw wood fibers or any of the paint. So I'm just using an old t-shirt, and I'm just going to rub the wax on the surface. And that just lays a protective barrier down. It also smooths out the surface. I'm just going to kind of buff that out a little bit. And then I'm going to do the orange next. I'm going to do my black block last because the wax may pull up some of my paint. And I just don't want to transfer black to my other block. So what TV shows is everyone binging right now? What's your favorite Netflix show? What's your go-to right now? Okay, I think that's good. We've been watching Reba with Reba McEntire. It's one of our favorite shows from the past. So we started watching that again. Jason says Reba. She's a hoot. Her and that Melissa Peterman, they are a hoot together. They need to do another show with those two, I think. So I'm just adding wax to the black block, trying to get it all rubbed in. I don't have goobers. See, it did. I was afraid my paint would rub off, and it did a little bit. I just don't want to transfer that to my other blocks. Okay, I think we're about done with that. Okay, so get some of this wax off my table. Because these are new transfers, I am going to fuzz them. And you don't need a fancy fuzzing cloth. You just a terry cloth towel, your shirt, your pants, all that works. But because these are sticky right out of the gate, right off their backer sheet, you want to make sure that you just add a layer of lint, and that'll keep the transfer from sticking and then possibly stretching when you pull it off. So I'm going to put this one on this block. I got a big globs of wax everywhere. So then I'm just going to make sure that that's good and sealed where the silk screen is. And then I'm going to put the 31 on the orange block. I'm not going to fuzz it as much just because it has a lot of silkscreen area. So I really want the October and the 31 to stick really well. So I'm not going to fuzz it as much. And these transfers pretty much fit perfectly on these blocks, which is pretty cool. So I'm just rubbing it to make sure that all of the green sticky portions are stuck down really well. I'm going to get this last block and this last piece of the transfer. So I'm going to fuzz this one. Just going to lay it down. Towel out of the way. That to the side. So I think I'm going to use, they have in the catalog, I think they used orange, and I think they used Shimmer Harvest, but I'm going to use Shimmer Spruce. But I think I'm going to add, instead of doing 2 oranges, I think I'm going to do a purple, a green, and an orange. And some of you may have been on before and know that I have a love-hate relationship with purple, but I will say Halloween is the only time that I use purple. And I don't mind using purple. Oops. Let's see, what did they use? They used white. So I'm going to use Shimmer Pumpkin, Shimmer Plum, Shimmer Spruce, and I'm going to get my Shimmer White out. Forgot to grab it earlier. If I can find it. Nope. Bombs away, and they all fell. Okay, so these are 4 of our shimmer colors. So they just add a little bit of an extra sparkle. So there's Shimmer White. And then we have Shimmer Pumpkin. And we have Shimmer Plum, which I am not a purple fan, but there's something about that color that's really pretty. And then Shimmer Spruce. Okay. Okie doke. So I know I'm going to do this bottom portion in white in the Shimmer Frost. So what I'm doing is I'm just dipping my squeegee into the chalk paste, and I'm just going to drag my squeegee down over the silk screen. And then I'm just going to pull it across and get off all the excess, and I can put all that right back in my jar. Okay, so then I'm going to do, I think I'm going to do the skull and crossbones in the Shimmer Pumpkin. So I just grabbed a smaller squeegee, and I'm just going to drag it across the silk screen in the same way. Making sure I got it all covered. And I'm going to grab another squeegee, and I think I will do this radioactive sign in purple. or plum, I should say. And then I'm going to do the warning sign in the Shimmer Spruce. And hopefully it'll show up on the black. That might be why they used Shimmer Olive. Okay, so now we're going to peel and reveal. And I'm going to kind of peel it a little slow to make sure I got all the spots up and covered. And then I'm just going to spray this with a little bit of water while we're waiting. I will take this to my sink later and clean it. That'll just help keep the shimmers from the paste from drying. So there's that. There's our first block. So I'm going to dry this. And the shimmer paste do take a little longer to dry, so just kind of keep that in mind. And I do have links up in the descriptions of the videos on both Facebook and YouTube. So you can browse the supplies that I've used this evening. I will let you know, however, that the pumpkin and the plum shimmers are both out of stock right now. But you could cheat and you can mix silver, shimmer silver, with regular pumpkin, the orange peel, and it will create a slightly glittery paste. You can add silver, shimmer silver to most paste, and you will get a little bit of a shine or a shimmer. Got a little overflow right there. So there's that block, and I think I'm going to add white to this one, but it'll just be all white. So I'm just going to grab a pretty decent amount of chalk paste, and I'm just going to do a kind of a one and done color. On this block. Make sure I get it good and covered. Get all my squeegee lines out. I'm going to try to cover that some more. Let's see if I can get a good coating of that on there. Probably should have done regular white. It probably would have covered better. But, okay, so I think we're done with that color. So cover that one up. So now we'll peel and reveal. Spray a little bit of water on that one. So there's that block. Like I said, I probably should have used regular white. It would have covered that orange a little better, but I like it. I still like it. Do y'all decorate for Halloween? Those of you that may be watching the replay, let me know if you decorate for Halloween or not, or if you just skip straight to fall and then go to Christmas. I know Halloween's not for everybody, but I happen to love Halloween. Okay, so I think I'm also going to add my shimmer shadow is the one that fell earlier. I'm going to get it out and we'll add it to the mix. It's one of the other shimmer colors. So we'll take out white and we'll add a shimmer shadow, which is the black. And I think I'll use all 4 colors on this bottom block. So we'll do, and then there's also this little spider here. So of course it'll have to be in black. Just trying to figure out what colors. So I think that one might be too wide. So I'm going to do orange on the enter. So I'm just grabbing my chalk paste and I'm just going to pull it down the screen. Trying to be careful of where the R ends. Let's get this smaller one. Okay, so there's the orange, the enter. And I think I'm going to grab the multi-tool, which has a small squeegee at the end for the if and the U. So I think we'll do purple for the if, or plum. So this multi-tool is just like holding a pencil. So there's the plum. And then I'll do spruce on U. Close these up as I go, or at least get the lid on. And then I think we'll do shimmer shadow for the spider and the dare. And then that'll tie in the black from this block up here. And we'll get the little spider too. So we'll just get off all the excess, smooth out our lines. I believe we're ready to peel and reveal. This is my favorite part. So spray a little bit of water. I'm going to dry at the same time, especially that black. I think that's dry. Okay, so now you can either leave it like that, or what I'm going to do, I'm going to sand the edges. So I'm actually just going to put down a paper towel so I can catch some of my dust. I'm just going to take my little hand sander and I'm just going to kind of distress the edges. It doesn't look spooky enough. Get some of those corners really good. There's that one. You can do it a whole lot more if you want. Just really rough up those corners. So there's that one. Get that one out of the way, and then we'll do the orange square. Get that corner. Whew, shaking the whole table. So there's the orange one. You really got those corners. And then we'll do this one. And this one won't show up as much, but you could add some like dark wax or some ink around the edges to make them stand out. Ouch. There we go. The table gives me some leverage. And then there's that one. And I don't even think it needs any ribbon. Looks pretty good on its own. Brush that off. Whew! It's dusty up in here. Okay. So there are our blocks. So yeah, I would probably maybe go in with some darker wax just to emphasize the roughed up edges of this one. But I think it looks really pretty. And see, I got some black on this edge right here. I don't know if you can see that. And it just sands. It just sands right off. Can't even tell. Here's another part right down here. Just kind of lightly sand it. You can't even tell. I got a bunch of orange. The orange will stain it a little bit, but it's pretty much, you can't hardly tell. Oh, there's a bunch right there. So there you go. There's your spooky little enter if you dare blocks. Thanks, Jason. So that is all I have this evening. I will be back on Wednesday around 7:45. I pretty much will be Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then maybe some surprise visits on, or some little pop-ups on the weekends. But I'm playing with my times a little bit, so if you have a preference of time, just kind of let me know in the comments. Again, if you're watching later, thanks for watching, and I thank those who are watching currently. I am going to hop off, but I will see you again on Wednesday. Thanks for watching.